Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the next edition of the Maracle Seating Podcast. I'm your host, Christian freaking Maracle. You know me mainly as the guy that does the wrestling sins on the two other channels. And before we begin today's podcast, Maracle Seating Podcast, presented by Palm Bay Sparkling Vodka Beverage. It's my favorite alcoholic drink. But nobody cares about that, just like I say in the sin videos. So skip! Now moving on. Alright, I've got 3 guests with me, and now, ladies and gentlemen, this time for a pay-per-view review, it's not me with the Losers Lounge, because apparently the rest of the Losers Lounge was unavailable for this. Now, the guests I have here are, we're going to go through them individually. You guys remember Republic Game and Joshua Nobles? Say hi, man.
Oh, wow, the voice crack. Hello, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Voice crack in the early on, that's okay. Also, next to them, we have Christian Marsh. Christian, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Excellent. And finally, we have William Shrader.
Hey, yeah.
Hey, yeah. Hey, yeah! Hey, you know, that should be a catchphrase if you were a wrestler.
Hey, yeah.
It almost sounds like
hey,
say...
y'all.
Almost sounds like the revival Say Yeah.
I said, hey, yo.
Oh, never mind then. I screwed up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what we're doing is we're going to be reviewing WWE Giant Sack of Heat. Oh, wait, no, that's Grimm's Toy Show pay-per-view. Never mind. I meant to say we're reviewing WWE Great Balls of Fire. The one with the logo of the giant flaming penis.
I think both pay-per-views had the same logo, obviously.
Well, I think well...
Either way, it's still a penis.
I know.
1 minute into this podcast, we're talking about dicks. Oh my god, what's wrong with us? Alright, let's not get carried away too much. What we're going to do is we're going to, once again, to those who have seen the pay-per-view reviews in the past, you guys know how this works. We're going to review each match by match in the order of how they went in the pay-per-view itself. We're going to get the reviews and the opinions of each one of my guests here.
I have a question.
Go ahead, ask.
We are skipping the pre-show, correct?
As usual.
Okay.
As I usually say in the Sin video, skip the damn pre-show panel. Wow, that was kind of lame. My sins never work on the podcast for some reason. Maybe it's because I didn't snap into character. Oh well. Now, let's start things off. We actually kick things off. Before I begin, I want to get the opinions here. Liam, what was your initial reaction to this event's name, Great Balls of Fire?
Honestly, I don't know. Genuinely, I kind of expected WWE to do something this non-PG, to be honest.
And the funny thing is, they replaced Bad Blood with Great Balls of Fire because they thought Bad Blood didn't sound PG enough. And honestly, here's the thing. The ironic thing is this event lived up more to a Bad Blood pay-per-view because there was a lot of blood there.
Pretty much. Yeah. That is true.
Great Balls of Fire, but no pyrotechnics. Again.
Botched it times 2.
Indeed. Now, Josh, what was your initial reaction to seeing the name of the event?
Goodness gracious. Great Balls of Fire.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, Josh really likes 1950s music. Oh, hold up.
Yeah.
No, I just remember my dad seeing that. It's disturbing.
Yeah, that's funny. And Christian, what was your reaction to hearing that pay-per-view name at first?
All I remember is me waking up and saying, what the fuck?
Understandable. Wait, you literally woke up not even knowing what's going on and just randomly said, what the fuck?
No, I woke up, looked at my phone, and it said, breaking news, new Raw pay-per-view, Great Balls of Fire.
I thought that was a joke or a fan-made thing. But eventually, of course, I'm like, okay.
I was pretty pissed off when they announced Great Balls of Fire getting pay-per-view.
Understandable. Anyways, the way the event began, once the invisible opening pyro began, we could just imagine that there was opening pyro. I think they also did no pyro because in the 1950s they had no pyrotechnics for events like this.
Yeah, that is true.
Trying to do a lot of 1950s theme here. All right, the first matchup we're discussing, Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, just headlined Monday Night Raw. So, if you didn't watch the pay-per-view, look, you still got to watch the match. Anyway, Bray versus Seth. And Liam, when this match first, like, okay, ladies and gentlemen, you might hear occasional noises as time goes on, like phone rings, rumblings. That's because, Skype. That's how it works on the podcast when it comes to the guests.
You should have turned the notifications off, Christian. Shame on you.
Which Christian are you talking to?
Christian Marsh.
Yeah, there's two Christians with a last name.
Okay, I'll call you Maracle now. I'll call him Christian.
I'm the original. Okay, no, I'm not going to go there. But moving forward. Liam, again, the question. What did you think of the way the match between Bray and Seth played out?
It was actually better than I expected, because I didn't expect that much out of a feud that started because Seth was on the cover of the new game. But it actually was a good match.
Indeed. Yep, it actually was a good match. And what about the way it ended? What'd you think about that?
It's cheap, pretty cheap. But before we move on, what you said earlier about the catching on Raw, no. The Raw match tonight wasn't as good as the match they had at Great Balls of Fire. You want to see the better version, buy the network and watch Great Balls of Fire.
Yeah, that's true. Josh, your response to the way Bray versus Seth played out on the pay-per-view?
I think it was a pretty good match to kick off the show, especially having guys like Seth Rollins and Bray Wyatt kicking off the show. That they just put on a show. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, everybody likes to put on shows. Like I'm putting on a show right now. I mean, Sure, this show may not be as powerful as the Sin videos, but anybody that does watch it just cares about all my content, not just part of my content. And that's what matters. And Christian Marsh, your response to how Bray versus Seth played out?
I was really surprised that Bray Wyatt won. I was expecting the Seth Rollins one because he's the cover star of 2K18, and just really thought that rivalry was going to end at Great Balls of Fire with Seth Rollins winning.
Yeah, that's understandable. With that being said, the first match was pretty good. I believed it went very good. 12 minutes of really good in-ring back-and-forth action between those two. May have been a thumb to the eye and then the Sister Abigail to the victory, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do to get the victory. Moving on to the next match, a match that, in my opinion, I never really wanted to see and didn't really care for, Enzo Amore versus Big Cass. Enzo Amore versus Big Cass was created because, well, they broke up, and it was sad. Wah, wah, wah. But nevertheless, I like the way that Cass broke up with Enzo. It's more of, I want to move on from you, not I want revenge on you. So, but nevertheless, it happened. Liam, your response to the way this, in my opinion, nearly squash match played out?
I agree with you, squash. It's pretty much Enzo's burial, pretty much. But I will give Enzo this. He did sell pretty well in this match.
Yep, he sold it
He sold the throw to the outside of the ring, and he sold the boot to the face pretty well. I'll give him that.
Yep, indeed, it went very good. It was pretty amazing. Josh, your response to the way Big Cass squashed Enzo Amore?
Well, I'm going to be honest with you. And I was talking with Liam last night during the pay-per-view. We were having a good old time talking, right, Liam?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And what did I tell you?
That the Cass was going to bury Enzo?
No. What did I tell you that I was going to do during the match?
I don't know.
Bathroom break match. I lived up to its name. I literally went in the bathroom and shut the door. However, I did see the ending of the match where Cass threw Enzo and then the big boot. That was great selling from Enzo, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Kind of was.
So, yeah.
I don't blame you. It kind of was a bathroom break match because, honestly, I didn't really care much for it.
Yep.
And Christian Marsh, your response to the squash match between Cass and Enzo?
I hardly watched it. I was out fishing, but, like, the part I watched,
It was domination. I was really expecting Enzo Amore to put up a fight and actually winning by like a roll up or something.
You really think that Enzo could roll up a 7-footer?
They could have a upset. It can be an upset victory.
Hey, let me remind you, at SummerSlam 2000, either 11 or 12, I think it was 2011, Daniel Bryan rolled up Kane.
That was 2012, but okay, good point.
Yeah.
All right, then you got a point there. All right, next match was yet another clash. Yes, literally another clash between Cesaro and Sheamus and the Hardy Boys. This time, a 30-minute Iron Man match for the tag team titles. And just when we didn't think we wanted to see another match between these guys, oh, we get another. So, the way this match played out was the Cesaro and Sheamus got a fall within the first 20 seconds of the match. And my favorite part was the end of the match where the last 10 seconds it was Jeff chasing Cesaro around the ring. That was hilarious. But Liam, your response to how the Iron Man match played out.
This wasn't a clash. This was a war. This went down to the nitty-gritty. This was an amazing match. I'll give credit to both teams.
Yep. Very nice. Indeed, was really good. What was your response to the Cesaro and Sheamus getting a fall 20 seconds in?
Actually, to correct you, it wasn't 20 seconds. It was 16 seconds.
Well, the official record says 20.
Corey Graves is a liar, then.
And they always lie. They still lied about WrestleMania 32's attendance.
True. True.
Josh, your response to how the Iron Man match played out.
It was a great match. Cesaro and Sheamus definitely dominated the first half, but then the Hardys came back the second half, but just weren't able to pull through. I loved the first fall though. What Cesaro and Sheamus did, that was just great teamwork. And really, if Matt wasn't dumb enough to fall for that it would have been 3-3. And if Jeff wasn't dumb enough to hit the Swanton on Cesaro, the Hardys could have won that match.
Yeah, that's true. Well, actually, the Swanton bomb was on Sheamus, but
same thing.
Sheamus and Cesaro is the same thing, apparently.
They're a tag team partner.
Exposed, they're twins. Plot twist.
It's okay. Wait, they're twins? Huh.
Plot twist.
I'm just kidding. I knew that the whole time. It's kind of, you can clearly see that they're twins. Alright, Christian, your response to how the Iron Man match played out.
I didn't see the first fall. I pretty much only saw the end. I called bullshit on the last part when Jeff Hardy did the Swanton bomb. I called bullshit on that. Hardy Boy should have won the match.
Well, he called bullshit because Jeff Hardy failed to realize that Sheamus wasn't even the legal guy.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
I only watched the match.
It's alright. Well, they went on a big full-on assault on Sheamus, and then it was revealed that Cesaro was the legal guy the whole time.
Oh.
So, yeah, the Hardys made another mistake, which cost them everything. They made a lot of mistakes at Extreme Rules, and oh my god, that was bad. But anyways, yeah, Cesaro and Sheamus retained the tag team titles in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Hopefully the Hardys are finally done facing them for the titles. They should really go to the back of the line now. But next match was for the Raw Women's Championship. Alexa Bliss defends against Sasha Banks. And the way the match went on was, in my opinion, a pretty good title match. Ended, sadly, in a count-out. I think the best part was the hardcore action after the match ended. A little bit more on that in a little bit. But, Liam, your response to how the women's title match played out?
I may have the most unpopular opinion out of all of us. That was the best match of the night, in my opinion.
Best match of the night, huh?
In my opinion.
That's okay. Everybody's opinion stands, and that's good. That's
True.
fine.
But, see, it's also kind of a glimpse of a heel turn from Sasha Banks, because faces normally don't go that hardcore, so.
Anyway, so Josh, your response to the Raw Women's title match?
Well, it was pretty good. I personally don't. I'd rank it up there in the top 3 matches of the night. I'm not sure if it would be second or third. I wouldn't rank it the best personally, but still some great back and forth action. And Alexa and Sasha did a really good job in the ring and did a really good job selling each other's moves. Just that chemistry in the ring
was very good. Indeed. So, Christian Marsh, your response to seeing the Raw Women's title match?
My opinion, the match was boring.
Alright, well, let me ask you individually. Liam, what'd you think about the post-match assault?
You're pretty average hardcore assault, pretty much. Pretty average.
Yeah, understandable. Josh, your response to the post-match assault?
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Really?
Holy shit.
I think we've seen more hardcore actions with the women.
Yeah, but still, I wasn't expecting Sasha to run out of the ring like that. I was just expecting Sasha to just sit in the ring and just look like a doofus like a lot of people do.
Yeah. And Christian, your response on the post-match assault?
Didn't see it.
Oh, didn't really care for it, huh?
I didn't see it. I was fishing. I was fishing the whole day, basically.
Okay, that's understandable. I haven't gone fishing in years.
I'm fishing once a week, apparently.
Nice. Alright, the next match for the Intercontinental Championship, The Miz, accompanied by Maurice and his Miz-tourage, Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas, and this is honestly the only chance that Curtis and Bo could appear on pay-per-view these days.
Yep. Sadly.
Miz versus Dean Ambrose in the Intercontinental title rematch. So, the way the match played out was, seemed more or less just like nothing really exciting happened in this match. And it ended the way everybody expected to, with the Miz-tourage getting involved in some fashion, shape, or form. Even though the fashion was a lot more better than Bo Dallas's outfit. That's for sure. Liam, your response on the Intercontinental title match?
Oh. I fell asleep during that match. It was boring to me.
Well,
I'm serious.
I never said I didn't believe you. I believe it. And I don't blame you. If only we actually showed much more promise in the wrestlers these days, that'd be great. Josh, your response to the Intercontinental title match?
Who was in that match again? I forgot.
It was literally
The Miz versus Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, it was okay. I didn't really enjoy it that much.
Understandable. I like the fact that Miz won and retained, though, because, I'm a Miz fan.
So is my dad.
And Christian Marsh, unless you were fishing, what'd you think about the Intercontinental title match?
I'm taking something out of your book, Christian. It's always a sin with outside interference.
I think you meant to say victory due to outside interference is always a sin.
Yep. That's what I meant to say. I just Dean Ambrose deserved the title. My honest opinion.
Why?
The Miz is how many? 7-time.
At least he makes. Here's the thing: whenever Miz was champion, the title had more prestige to it.
Yeah, that's true.
Dean Ambrose, on the other hand, remember, this is a guy who was the U.S. champion for nearly a year and didn't defend it for 6 months.
You see what WWE need to do? They need to come out with the hardcore title and put it on Dean Ambrose. I know that's random, but.
Well, it would make sense to what he has done back in the old days to Jon Moxley.
Yep.
On who?
Jon Moxley, his other ring name back in other promotions.
Oh.
Anyway, next match was Braun Strowman versus Roman Reigns in the ambulance match. And this should be very interesting. The match itself, I thought, well, it was kind of embarrassing a little bit at first because Braun Strowman went for a pinfall. That was pretty hilarious. also other things that happened was, the stage collapsed at some point. There was a few other hardcore shots, and best part was Roman Reigns went flying into the ambulance. That was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing at that because basically, from his standpoint, he jumps up, he's like, "Whee!" right into the ambulance. Liam, your responses to the ambulance match?
Seemed more like a hardcore match to me.
Yeah, it's about time they brought out some hardcore shit.
Pretty much. Pretty much your average Reigns Strowman hardcore match.
In other words, one of the only.
One of the only, yeah. Fine, I guess.
That's okay. Josh, your response to the ambulance match?
Well, like you said, it was embarrassing when Strowman went for that pinfall, but still, I just think it was a really good back and forth match. You saw a lot of heavy hitting action, and especially when Roman Reigns speared Braun Strowman through the entrance or the Tron,
caused a lot of property damage. I believe that thing was flickering for the rest of the night.
It was.
Understandable.
But anyways, I'm sorry. I loved how they booked the ending of the match with Roman Reigns going for the spear. Strowman just moves out of the way, and Roman Reigns goes flying.
It's understandable that you're laughing. It was one of the most hilarious things I've ever seen, because Roman, the way he just flew right into the ambulance and disappeared out of sight. And and Christian, did you see the ambulance match?
Yep. Holy shit, that's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah, understandable.
I mean, the only part I hated, I think that Roman Reigns should have won that match, spearing Braun Strowman into the ambulance.
Indeed, but if he would have... okay, sorry, go ahead.
My honest opinion, with Roman Reigns pretty much killing Braun Strowman, I guess you can say. I mean, we thought he was dead.
Hold on a minute. That was after the match ended. We're talking about the match itself.
Oh, whoops.
But basically, what he had to say about it was simply, "Holy shit," huh?
Yeah.
That's understandable. All right, let's get to that moment. I think you have a point when you say Roman Reigns should have won because, well, he's the one who's standing tall at the end. But the thing is, if he had won, it would the post-match assault where he completely flipped out would not have made much sense. Because Roman is embarrassed because he threw himself into the ambulance and pretty much made himself lose.
That is true.
And basically, he did it because he felt embarrassed.
The greatest ending to an ambulance match ever, though.
A victory by accident, huh?
No, it's just funny how I think just picturing Roman Reigns in my head. Just imagine what else he could do. Let's say he tries to spear someone off a bridge, they sidestep him, he goes falling into the water and dies.
Jeez, that was a little harsh.
A little harsh from Christian Marsh.
Wah, wah. Okay. Liam, your responses to what happened after the match ended.
Well, before I start, they actually explained why Reigns did what he did on Great Balls Power tonight. Roman said it was, I think he said it was to get Strowman out of the way so he could get a match with Brock. Pretty stretch what he said, something along those lines. But anyway, basically, I call that Roman Reigns being a sore loser.
Roman Reigns being called pretty much a sore loser. Yeah, well, it's not like that's the first time we've ever seen something like that.
True.
Here's the thing. We've seen worse situations, and yet people are calling out Roman Reigns for attempted murder. And I'm like, I've seen completely worse than that. Just ask McFoley.
Like when Shane McMahon jumped off the thing, the Titantron or something like that. And when Jeff Hardy just fought off the rope thing, and Shane went through glass, jumped off the cell.
Pretty much anything that Shane McMahon has done was honestly more extreme than that ambulance situation, yet people are calling out for Roman Reigns for attempted murder. which is honestly one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. Hell, did you see there's a petition for this?
Yeah.
That is really stupid. Anyway, Josh, your response to the way after the match ended.
Well, Roman Reigns did the post-match assault, but for real, at first, I thought that I knew that Reigns was supposed to drive the ambulance into the back of the truck, but, I don't think it was supposed to implode at first, and I got really scared for the sake of Braun Strowman, because I don't know if that was a scripted moment or an unscripted moment.
Well, we know, like, Adam Scher, the real-life person, got out of the ambulance before, it backed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he backed up, but it was like, that's hence why we had a few shots of Roman and the rearview mirror shot as well. I thought that was a good camera work.
Yeah.
Made it look like a feature-length film. That was really good. So, yeah, like, they had to use the jaws of life to pry the door open. In my opinion, like, they could have just simply easily opened it. Just imagine if they were trying to use the jaws of life and someone just pulled open the door. That would have been hilarious. Using the jaws of life for like 5 minutes. Oh, forgot. Also, Christian, what was your response to this post-match assault from Roman Reigns?
Again, holy shit. Holy shit.
Pretty much that's all that needs to be said. But here's the thing. During that whole situation, we had a random impromptu match. Heath Slater versus Curt Hawkins. And honestly, I know I could not have been the only one that was actually yelling at the TV saying, hey, switch back to the match. I don't care about the Braun Strowman situation. I want to know how Heath beat Curt.
Yeah, you were probably the only one, because I really didn't care about that match.
Yeah, like, it's like Heath Slater versus Curt Hawkins. Like, no one's going to ever know who threw the pie at Kevin Owens. No one's going to know how the hell Heath Slater beat Curt Hawkins.
Actually, the people in the attendance probably will.
Actually, they weren't even watching the match.
Yeah, they heard the sirens and they're all like, what the fuck is going on?
I mean, we just randomly hear the bell ring, and then here's your winner, Heath Slater. And I'm like, what the hell? I want to know how he won. I bet even the people in the audience, they probably don't even know how the match ended, because they weren't even paying attention. This is supposed to be a wrestling show, right? Yet you're not paying attention to the wrestling. You're watching a movie instead. Moving forward to our main event for the Universal Championship, Brock Lesnar in his first title defense in nearly 100 days since winning it. It still gets at me. Versus Samoa Joe. In which I believe Brock Lesnar barely defeated him. Thankfully, this time it was not one of those Suplex City squashes that Brock has been known to do lately. This time, it was he was actually getting dominated, and Joe almost had the match won, and I believe he could have beaten him. He just made a few mistakes on positioning himself sometimes. But in the end, Brock got the victory on the championship, retained, and he basically survived. And I'm actually glad that finally I can say Brock survived, barely. Liam, your response to the Universal title match?
Yeah, I think Samoa Joe, I think he gave Brock Lesnar a run for his money.
Yes, indeed. Gave him a run for his money. Like, all right, Josh. What did you think about the Universal title match?
That was one-sided match, really.
Except this time it wasn't Brock's favor.
Yeah. Joe just dominated that whole match.
Well, he went to Suplex City at one point.
Yeah. Other than that, though, Joe had the match won. If he positioned himself a little better, he was going to put Brock to sleep.
Yep, that would have been great to see Samoa Joe as Universal Champion. Like, almost everybody in Dallas, I heard, was actually rooting for Joe. And Christian Marsh, your response to the main event?
Same thing I said about the ambulance match. Holy shit, Samoa Joe should have won that match, though. Like, Brock Lesnar, I saw his face, and his face was priceless.
Well, the good thing is, like, here's the thing. Good thing is we know that Brock's defending at the next Raw pay-per-view. Well, it's actually SummerSlam. It's a dual pay-per-view, so...
He's coming back full-time. Brock Lesnar's coming back full-time.
And that's actually a good thing. If he's a champion, he should be defending at every pay-per-view.
He's keeping it until WrestleMania, and he's going to lose at WrestleMania.
We don't know that.
It's going to happen.
How do you know?
I just know.
Oh, you're just making a prediction or something?
No, I work with WWE.
Even WWE doesn't know what they're gonna do about WrestleMania.
We're gonna change it at the last minute.
Yeah, very nice. Here's the thing, like, we have a number 1 contenders match, as it was recently said, coming up next week on Raw between Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns. They should make a fatal 4-way match for SummerSlam. Lesnar, Reigns, Strowman, and Joe, except it's elimination. That'd be great. That'd be the perfect that would be the perfect headliner for SummerSlam. What do you guys think?
Hell
yeah. Yes.
Better than Styles versus Nakamura.
Okay, fans are probably gonna get pissed off at you about that, but who cares, right?
Don't care.
People get pissed off at me all the time. I'm the WWE sins guy. Anyway, that's it for this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. That was our review on WWE Great Balls of Fire. Thank you for joining me. First of all, Liam, thank you for being on the podcast for the first time ever.
No problem.
Christian, also for you, it's a first time ever.
Yep, no problem. Anytime.
And Josh, well, for you, I believe it's the second time you've appeared on my podcast. You previously appeared on a predictions video, I believe.
Yes.
And for Money in the Bank.
Yes. Thank you for having me, Christian. I really appreciate that.
Anyways, that's it for ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys next time on Maracle Seating Podcast.